Hi guys, so today we are doing stretches for good posture. Of course, that is so important, especially as we get older. It might feel a little bit less intense than the other days that we've been doing, but it is really important, and you can come back to this. And honestly, I recommend doing this kind of every day. I do incorporate a lot of these moves for good posture into our daily Pilates videos anyway, so there might not be a need, but after the 31-day challenge, this is one I advise to come back to. So we're going to start cross-legged on the floor. Lovely. Our head is going to start to rotate, so your hands can either be palms up on your legs or in your lap, wherever feels comfortable. I'm going to keep mine in my lap. Inhale, exhale, twist your head. Make sure your shoulders are back and down, just opening up through that neck. Inhale back to center, exhale back over. Inhale, exhale. Keep moving through that. Two more. One more. Back to center. Lovely. I want your arms to be on your knees now, like so. We're going to float them up and then down. Sitting up nice and straight, keeping those shoulders away from your ears. Squeezing your belly in. 5 more. Three more. One more. Lovely. This time I want you to take your hands by your head, like so. I want you to bend to your left side, keeping your neck nice and long. Inhale back to center, exhale, bend to the other side. Inhale back to center. Staying long through that spine, long through that neck. Just a tiny little side bend. Making sure your bum is staying stable on that mat. Two more on either side. One more. Back to center. Coming round into 4-point kneeling. So on your knees and your hands go under your shoulders, your knees are under your hips. We're going to go into our cat-cow that we've done before, so we'll start with the cow and then follow round to the cat. Inhale. Exhale, cat. Inhale to cow, exhale, cat. Really dropping that belly and then really scooping it up into your spine, rounding that spine. Three more. Really focusing on that breath. One more. Lovely. From here, I want you to keep your neck nice and long. Just make sure that your weight is over your hands. Make sure your pelvis is neutral. After doing that cat and cow, it might be tucked too far in or up. So just body checking yourself. Lovely. From here, we're going to keep our neck nice and long, but reach our leg away, just a hip height, and then back in. And then the other side, making sure we're not turning through those hips too much. Inhale back in, exhale, push away. One more on either side. And back in. Lovely. So from here, just making sure that spine is still neutral. Lovely. We're going to add in the opposite arm. So that left leg is going to come back as that right arm comes up. And then back down. And the other side. Making sure we're not tilting through that pelvis. Just up to hip height. Lengthening back. Neck is nice and long. One more. Lovely. Coming back into our child's pose. Take a couple of breaths here. Lovely. Coming up into a lunge now. We're going to push forward. So your lower leg is on the floor and you're lunging into that left leg through your hip. So it's a nice, good stretch for your hip flexors. Your hands can be on the floor or you can be up, whatever feels most comfortable. If you're up, make sure you're nice and long and you're pushing into that front knee. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more breaths. Last breath. From here, I want your opposite arm to come over now, which will help you deepen that stretch. So you're bending into that hip. On that exhale, make that bend even bigger if you can. Last breath. Lovely. And swapping your legs over. Great. So we're bending into that right hip now. One more breath. And then then we're going to add in that opposite arm bend. Really bending deeper into that hip flexor on every exhale. 2 more breaths. 1 more. And coming out of that. Lovely. Coming round onto our back. I know we did this one yesterday, but we're going to do the dead bug again because that is an amazing one for posture. Onto your back, your legs are in tabletop. Your arms are going to come up and we're going to focus on just the arms for now. Going back. Really nice and controlled. Keeping our shoulders away from our ears as we bring that back. Running out of room in this. The mirror's kind of stopping me, but two more on either side. This is your last one. And now adding in that opposite leg, as we've done before. Squeezing those abs, everything in as you come down. Making sure you're not flaring through that rib cage, that you're still making that lower rib to hip connection that we do in Pilates. Your neck is still long. Eye line up to the ceiling. One more. And hugging those knees in there. From here, I want your legs to be on the floor, knees bent. Walk your feet back to your bums, give them a little tickle, and take one step out from there. Draw your attention to your pelvis and make sure it's still neutral. I want you to straighten your left leg. You're going to point it up to the ceiling and flex back down. Up, point, down, flex. Exhaling as you push it down, inhaling as it points up. Point, flex. Staying stable through those hips. Your opposite hip is staying on the mat. Nice and long through your neck. Two more. Taking that other leg and doing the same. Point and flex. Remember to breathe. Remember to pull your tummy in and pull those ribs down. Two more. One more. Lovely. From here, we're going to move our legs over to the right side as our head turns over to the left. So adding some rotation in that spine. Just breathing in and then exhaling. And then over on the other side. So legs fold over to the left, head goes to the right. Take your breaths. Coming up, we're going to circle our arms round and back. One more. Lovely. From here, we're going to go into our mermaid stretch. So I want you to pull over with that arm, up and over. Inhale, exhale, try and deepen that stretch. Make sure your opposite hip is staying on that mat. Back to center, and the other side. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Lovely. Thank you guys for joining today. I hope your posture feels really great, and like I said, make sure you're coming back to this video regularly, as we're always on our phones and technology these days. It's really important that we are stretching out our body and especially our upper back and shoulders properly. Thank you guys.